an exclusive interview. It's got fireworks written all over it. Today I'm bringing you one of the baddest women to ever step in the squared circle. She's tough, she's tactical, and she's no stranger to war. They call her the Black Widow, Jessica Borga, and her fight night is coming October 4th. She's coming for the Queen of Violence crown versus Christine Ferea at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Jessica, thank you for tuning in. How are you doing today, Jessica?
Thanks for having me. It's always a blast with you.
I know. I feel like I see you more than some of my own family members lately.
Facts.
All right. Um, so let's just start with a couple of questions, maybe for some of my followers who might not be familiar with who you are. Jessica, how long have you been fighting, and what made you first fall in love with fighting?
Oh man, I fell in love with it the first training I ever did. I actually went for self-defense. I was raised in domestic violence actually, and so now I have a nonprofit for domestic violence because I have a platform that I can actually give back with. But I fell in love with it right away. I was brought up in violence. I'm comfortable around violence. I've been doing it for almost 11 years now. I was MMA for like 10, almost 10 years. I was in MMA and I did my first bare knuckle and it was over from there, man. I didn't think I could love anything more than MMA at the point, and I just can't get enough of BKFC. It's my style 100%.
How did you get pulled into BKFC? Did they approach you, or were you looking for different opportunities in different organizations?
Yeah, actually they reached out to me at the beginning and I really wanted to switch over then, but I was under contract with Bellator and I actually got out. I had one fight left on my contract when I did my first bare knuckle fight, and man, just BKFC, it's my style, so I just stuck with them.
And your record shows that, right?
Oh man, yeah, there was no transition or anything. I am a very different kind of violent, and I bring that to this sport, and I think it shows. No one's really lasted over a minute with me, so.
Uh-huh. Um, so a lot of people know you as the Black Widow, and they know you for your intensity. What's something that most people don't know about you?
Oh man, I a lot of people don't know. There's some that followed me since the beginning of my career that knew. I was actually in veterinary medicine for over 15 years. I was the head surgical tech and the clinic manager at 5 different locations for the guy that I actually worked for, and that's what I did. And it was a huge sacrifice for me to actually
Wow.
not do that when I went full time into being a professional athlete, which has really benefited me. But it's making those sacrifices that hurt a little, they sting a little.
Well, you still love animals, then I'm assuming, right?
I do. Animals are way better than people. Fuck people.
I, I I agree. What would you say is a moment in your career that you look back on that made you say that you were built for this?
Oh man, there's been so many that just make me more and more. Uh, from the moment I started, I knew I was able to take and withstand pain and toughness. From what I've went through in my life. Man, I could write a book. People told me I could write a book. It's just I know that I'm built for toughness, and the more that I've withstood and been able to withstand, I've been able to show myself more and more what I'm capable of. And there's not a single thing in this world that I know that I can't achieve. And that's
Mhm.
just that kind of strength. It's just different.
And that's definitely the mindset that I've noticed that most successful people have. A
And
lot
it's
of
not
people, I
overnight
feel
that you
like,
get that. It's not right away. It's
no,
something that, yeah, you
no.
definitely have to obtain and work on daily to be able to get that. But there are certain breeds of people I feel like that are built for more. And,
Mhm.
you know.
And there's a lot of people that probably are also built for more, but they just can't pull themselves to believe in themselves, which is unfortunate, I believe.
100%. And there's a lot of aspects that go into that too, with people making them feel a certain way or whatnot, and them allowing those thoughts. Thoughts are everything. Your
Mhm.
mindset is absolutely 100% everything. And with everything that I went through with, trauma and stuff like that, it took me years, and it wasn't like that in the beginning of my career. I was strong, but I was not as strong as I am now. And it's definitely mindset.
100%. Um, how would you say you've grown mentally as a fighter since your last fight, which was in Dubai, correct?
Yes. Yeah, in April
Where
in
you be,
Dubai.
where you became the one and only woman fighter in BKFC to win by knockout.
Yes, first in history, baby. No, honestly, I feel like I'm growing daily, not just from the fight, just I'm growing daily. Like I said, mentally, I'm stronger. My team is getting me. I'm just getting started with boxing. That's the thing. Is like my MMA school was jiu-jitsu and wrestling based. So I'm a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But man, I got lucky with a very powerful punch. I hit harder than 90% of guys in my weight class, and I bring something different with the violence. So it's, I'm just getting started with boxing technical wise, and it's just getting better and better, and I learn fast. So it's just, it's a storm that's always brewing.
So that people need to be worried for the future of what's to come as far as the boxing skills.
Yeah, especially with my team, man. My team has something, it's a special sauce. We have a lot of top contenders and champions out of and shift combat. Everyone knows us. Everyone knows that it's a problem when they go against us, and our coaches are incredible.
Yeah, you're in the same camp with like Mundell, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mundell,
Yeah, he's
Royal
amazing.
Reaver.
Yeah, kind of. He's actually not in the same school with
Uh-huh.
coaching for boxing, but with strength and
Uh-huh.
conditioning.
Okay. Yeah, because I see Reaver and Mundell a lot,
Yeah.
sparring and training and stuff online.
Jared Warren, Captain Deadpool, he's with me.
Hmm.
And he's an amazing fighter as well. Brandon Superman Allen. We got a lot of good ones.
Heavy hitters out
Larry
here in
Moore.
Florida.
I don't want to give Larry Moore. I love Larry Moore. I want to forget him.
So since boxing is, something I guess that's a little newer to you, when you're training for bare knuckles specifically, how does your mindset change compared to training for MMA?
That's the thing. It's never really even changed. I never felt like I had to transition. Like I said, I grew up in violence. I grew up with grown men, putting their hands on me. Like it's something that's natural to me. I feel more comfortable in chaos, but it's never been a transition for me. So I was fighting guys in bars. I was getting kicked out of school for fighting. I was raised bare knuckle. Like that's what I've been my entire life. So I no transition really.
How would fighting guys in bars come about? People disrespecting you or something, or
No,
you're
so
picking the
I
fights?
never started it. Well, okay, I can't say that because I used to drink a little, and drinking for me, the reason why I don't drink anymore, I can't say that truthfully that I never probably started it, but I always usually the ones that I remembered was me. If I saw a guy put his hands on a woman or shove her or anything, I'd be like, "Come and fight a woman that'll fight you like a man." I couldn't stand
Uh-huh.
it, so it was kind of like I guess, a vigilante in a way.
Uh-huh. So have there been some guys that you've knocked out in the bars?
Yeah, actually, without any technique or anything, like I said, I got a very powerful punch, but with the technique, it really helps. But yeah, I remember I was in a mini skirt and high heels one time, and a guy put his hands on my friend, and I just one punch laid him out, and his friend's like, "You just got knocked the fuck out by a girl in high heels, bro."
Well, to his defense, at least he could say he got knocked out by a champion. So,
Yeah, that's well, yeah. At the time, though, shit, I had not even MMA training at
uh,
that time, so
oh,
MMA really
okay.
saved my life.
It got you more focused
Put me
and
on the right
kept you out
path.
of trouble.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was going down. I never really, never got into drugs or anything like that, but like
Mhm.
just violence. I was raised in. That's what I was used to. That's what I thought was normal. Um, so I always fought. I wasn't allowed to do sports in school, so I created my own sport by getting kicked out of most schools for fighting. So just stupid. My son in MMA really did turn my life around, though.
That's amazing to hear. Um, so currently you're in camp training for your upcoming fight against Christine Ferea.
Yeah, coming up
What's one
fast.
thing? what and we can see it's getting pretty nasty in the press conferences and everything. What's one thing that you might be adding to your training camp this time around you feel is making a difference, if any, or is it business as usual for Jessica Borga?
Honestly, it's business as usual for me. I literally am always training as if I'm going against the biggest, baddest chick on the planet. I don't underestimate anyone. She's highly underestimating me. And I love that. I feel like I'm underestimated a lot because I'm a blonde chick. They really define those blonde chicks as like, oh, she's just a pretty girl. Bitch, I'll be pretty beating your ass, okay? They just underestimate us a lot, I think. But it's all good.
Well, you're definitely not fitting the stereotypical blonde bimbo stereotype.
You wouldn't
Um,
think so, but that's what she's targeting this whole time. That's all she's got to say is, "Oh, she's real pretty. She's real pretty."
uh,
But it is what it is.
October 4th, she's going to have to find out, right?
She's gonna see how pretty my
So
right hand is.
you're fighting for more than Pride October 4th. You guys are going to be fighting for the Queen of Violence belt, the first time this belt is coming into existence. Do you feel like a moment like this is what you've been building towards in your career, or you feel like this is just another notch on the belt?
Kind of both.
I mean, because you're
My
already a
last fight,
champion.
yeah, my last fight was definitely what I had been building until this moment. It seems like every fight is kind of the next thing, next goal, next step, next notch. Uh, but I'm always just wanting to improve and keep improving. So, yeah, each fight I'm showing that, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait for this one because, like my last one, the ones that do a lot of talking and the ones that cause issues with me, it doesn't end well for them. So
Uh, does the Queen of Violence mean anything to you, being that you've grown up in violence uh, and you showcase that as well in the ring, or are you more concerned with just
I just
dropping
want to fight her,
Christine?
honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, proven, okay. To me, alphas don't have to prove that they're an alpha or call themselves an alpha. And Queen of Violence kind of she calls herself that. So she started calling herself that before even fighting for it. So to me, if you're an alpha, you don't have to call yourself an alpha. But whatever, I'll get another title. I'll get another belt. I'll prove once again who I am, and the world will remember me.
Has there been like a beef brewing between you two before this, or has this all kind of just accumulated like with the buildup of the fight?
This has been going on for like a year and a half. Believe it or not, it's been going on for a year and a half. What started it all is me offering to fight her because her fight with Hardy fell through at 35 for the Queen of Violence title. And that's when she started calling herself the Queen of Violence. Actually, people started calling me that, and then it pissed her off. And then so there's been things. She started talking shit about me offering her the fight after having fought like literally 2 weeks prior. So I was literally trying to be nice, and I had no issues with her at first. It was when she
Mm-hmm.
was saying I wasn't even on her level. No, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not even on your level. She's just scared of my weight. She's already made that known quite well. Like she's like, I'm just worried about her not making weight. Oh, I'm gonna make weight, but I'm gonna be 145 when I step back in that ring the next night, at least. So you're still fighting a 145er, bitch. Enjoy.
You guys are fighting at 135, right?
It's 137 and a pound allowance. Actually, it's a catch weight because
Okay.
they don't want two title holders, so a champion in two different weight classes. It's
Yeah.
hard enough to find girls in your own weight class to fight as often as needed, so it's a catch
Yeah.
weight.
Cool. I also noticed something the other day she had posted on her story. I think it might have been like 2 days ago. And I'm assuming nothing's coming of it because you guys are still scheduled to fight. But she posted something about she broke her hand in training. Did you see that? Unless, I don't know if it was a
No, I
joke.
have her blocked, but that bitch better not pull out of this, or I swear to God, I'm going to find her.
She posted an x-ray picture and it looked like a break in like the finger area.
I swear to God. Oh, I haven't heard anything. This is the first I'm hearing of this. I hope
Uh,
not.
So, what excites you most about this matchup? Are you just excited to put your hands on her and show who's the true queen of violence?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't like, I respect everyone. I give everyone the benefit
Mhm.
of the doubt. Um, but when someone disrespects me, my family, and my coaches, like she has, I get to legally dismantle her. So I literally get to like, everything's legal in Jersey. She signs a
Right.
contract, whatever happens, happens. Look what happened to my last one. So I get to enjoy it legally.
Are you excited to be a part of the card that this is going to be BKFC's first event in New Jersey, right?
Yes, that's another huge. It's supposed to be the biggest one yet. 17,000, I think, in the arena. So it's
Uh
supposed to
huh.
be the biggest to date. Mike Perry's on the card, Frankie Edgar, Stevens, it's just going to be a great card.
It
Man, you got
definitely
me
is.
worried, man. You got me worried.
I'm sorry. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no, that's
I
okay. I appreciate you
I
telling me
saw
because
that the other
sometimes
day
they'll
and I
wait
was
until the
like,
last minute.
yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh no, don't tell me this is gonna be.
Man, that's so, I mean, shit like that happens. I know fight camps are not, I know, the push it takes with fight camps. I know the injuries that come with it. I know the bullshit that comes with it. And I'm not going to say that, her hand's not broke, but it just sucks. But we will have this, if that happened, this will
Uh,
be rescheduled as soon as possible.
well,
I
let's
told
keep
her
our
she's getting
fingers.
her ass kicked, whether it's a contract or not at this point.
um, in your opinion, what do you think is the most dangerous thing about Christine that you'll have to watch out for? And do you think that what do you think she underestimates in you?
Oh God, I think she underestimates everything with me. But I think deep down she knows that I've got the power and I'm violent and aggressive. I think, she wouldn't be worried about my weight if that was not the case. But for her, I I don't want to say because I'm not underestimating anyone. I just don't think she has anything. I never fear or worry about anyone. No one ever intimidates me. There's not anything besides her. She's had 11 fights. Okay, that's cool. Experience kind of comes into play, I guess you could say. Honestly, I'm trying to give her some of the benefit of the doubt here, but she's fought mostly smaller opponents. So I, she isn't in for a rude awakening with me. She hasn't even tried the 35, and she's going up to the most powerful woman in BKFC right now. So, okay. No, not to say anything bad about any of the other fighters, but it literally
No, yeah,
power
yeah.
fighter now.
Uh-huh. I mean, clearly you displayed it. You're the only woman with a knockout, so
That's what, and she says
you,
like
you
she's gonna knock me out. I was like, oh, okay, well, you haven't in 11 fights. Well, what do you think you're gonna do now with a bigger opponent?
with a
That's
bigger.
crazy to me. You didn't fight. I mean, you fought 15ers and 25ers, and you haven't knocked them out. You think you're gonna knock me out?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Well, October 4th, I guess you will be finding out, right?
Fucking hope so
When
now, man.
um, when people look back at this fight, win or lose, what would you want them to remember about you?
What I bring. It's different from, I think I set myself apart from everyone. I've never met another person like me. So I want them to remember that even in the ring, what I bring, the resilience, the violence, the show, the everything. I want to be separated.
And from my point of view, as far as it comes to the women fights, I love them in BKFC. I think they're super exciting. The women give it their all. But personally, do you feel like the women in BKFC get the respect that they deserve compared to men?
No, honestly, no, I think that's with any combat sport. I don't want to say that I'm not, oh, like, oh, only go women kind of thing. That's not like, I just don't think that we get like, just like this fight in particular. Let me just say this. There's the King and Queen of Violence title on the line. Are we the co-main event? No, I get it to an extent. Frankie Edgar is from Jersey, so I get it. He's a big name. He's the co-main event, but I think the King and Queen of Violence titles should be co-main and main. Just little things like
Agree.
that. Just I think we kind of get just pushed to the side, which is crazy because a lot of people want at least one girl fight on the card. And so
Mhm.
you'd think that we would get a little bit more, but no. I don't know. I hope it
Yeah,
changes.
yeah. Like this past weekend at BKFC here in at the Hard Rock, there were no women fights on the card, and honestly, me personally, I was a little upset at that. I really actually enjoy watching you
They
ladies
usually
fight.
throw
You
down. I
guys
mean,
always put on a show. Yeah,
yeah. I feel like we have to
sometimes
try
even
to
more
prove
than some of the
something.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of them just don't have the power, and people like that too. So I'm told they wish they could see me go longer. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna finish them as fast as I want to finish them. Like I don't. So it's a good and bad thing to be a woman with knockout power. Um, some people are like, oh man, it's like you literally can't blink with your fight. So they kind of want to see that 5 round brawl, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm sorry. But
Yeah, you got to keep your face looking pretty.
that's what I mean. Shoot, I've gotten, fortunately, I've gotten unscathed in all 3 fights. Like coming out fine. And people don't realize that that's technique too. Though we are technical with our defense. It's just as
Mhm.
important, and people fail on that a lot. That's why you see those 5 round brawls, man. Not to say that you're not going to get hit. It's bare knuckle. You can get hit. Actually,
Yeah.
I got hit in my last one, and she broke her hand on my face. She was in a cast afterwards. I'm like, damn, that one hit she got. I
um,
wasn't even bruised.
you've balanced being a fierce competitor and a mom. How important is for you to stay authentic to yourself in this space?
I think you said authentic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's everything. Being authentically you, unapologetically, is everything. So, I'm a very open person about who I am. Even with my kids, like who I am, everyone knows. I'm very open about it. I accept me. I don't care about the opinions of others. Never have. And I think that's like the best way to be. Just authentically you, out there. Who gives a fuck what people think?
Opinions are like assholes, right?
Everyone's got one.
Yeah. And I've seen you with your family at press conferences and at the events, so I know you don't shy away from your children being part of events and seeing it.
If I can, definitely. There's 5 of us, my husband and 3 kids, so it can get pretty pricey in certain areas. Like they weren't able to go to Dubai.
Uh-huh.
We don't get paid that much, okay?
Uh-huh. uh, um, what is your message to young women who maybe are interested in fighting but might be afraid to start?
Honestly, just go and train, even if it's not to fight professionally. Just go and get the defense because I highly recommend just learning that defense. You walk around with a confidence that you didn't have before, and just walking around with that confidence can deter people from trying anything with you or trying to, you being in a situation that you shouldn't be in. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah. And also, I recommend women learn how to use that thing,
That's that. Yeah, let me
right?
just tell everyone, I'm always strapped. Like I'm not even gonna waste my breath on people. If you come at me, especially in Florida, like you come at me, I'm shooting you. Like I am not. I mean, our sheriff here, he don't even care. He's gonna be like, hey, if you try
Uh-huh.
something stupid, everyone's carrying here. So
Yeah. I
you
love seeing
place.
that guy on TV.
Oh man, he cracks me up. But yeah, if you play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes, and
Uh-huh.
mine's gonna
Amen.
be a bullet.
And now I'm assuming this based on what you've said earlier about, dealing with domestic violence and stuff. You've definitely had to have fight through some setbacks before. What keeps you coming back stronger?
Man, I wish I could tell you that. I wish I had an answer besides just I can't give up. There's something inside of me that just keeps me pushing, keeps me going. My coaches will tell you, like I am a perfectionist. I'm never satisfied with my work. I'm always finding things that I need to work on. I need to get better. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like I can't give up until I do everything possible in this life that I want to do or succeed in. I can't give up. Just don't give up.
No, and my message is also the same to everyone all the time because myself personally, I've been through a lot of shit, and I should have probably been dead or in jail. And perseverance goes a long way.
Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy how much your life can change from what you've gone through. That's what I tell people all the time. Your past does not define you. And that is a huge thing because if you let it, it's going to drown you.
mhm. Yeah, a lot of times I hear people always bringing up the past, stuff that happened, like even within like relationships and stuff. People constantly bringing up the past, and it's like you're keeping yourself stuck there. You need to grow, and you need to detach from that and move
Or
forward.
blaming their parents or blaming their whatever their upbringing on the reason why they act the way they do and using it as a crutch. Like it you just can't do that. I didn't even realize I wasn't healing for a very long time. Like I didn't realize that I was doing the toxic things that I was taught. And then I realized, oh man, that's not cool. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my husband. My husband's actually the one that allowed me to heal because he's the first person in my life that's treated me with actual love. So, I mean, besides my son and kids now, but
Yeah.
before him, I didn't have that, and I didn't have time to heal, and I didn't realize what was wrong with me.
Mhm. Was it hard for you to like recognize that? Because I know sometimes when people deal with a lack of that, and someone actually shows it to them, a lot of time people like turn away from it because they're not used to it. And were you able to recognize that right away and embrace it?
Yeah, not right away. Honestly, it was crazy because, like you said, I did a lot of research with since being with him because of that. I was like, I am the happiest I've ever been in my life. Why am I depressed? Like it took me years to get to where I could actually start healing because if you do your research on it, if you've been stuck in that fight or flight mode and being in, very bad situations, very violent situations, almost losing your life, like my father and my exes and stuff like that, there's if you're stuck in that fight or flight and then you get to something that's actually good, it makes your whole nervous system you have to pretty much redo it all. And it takes
Mhm.
years to do. And but I now look at me like I feel like I'm the best I've ever been because I started to work in healing.
Amazing. I'm happy to hear that for you. Um, how do you personally deal with doubt, whether it's from fans, critics, or even from yourself? Do you have like a strategy to combat it, or do you just completely ignore it?
I do now. I meditate. There's always going to be humans doubt. You're gonna have times where you have doubt or stupid things get in your head. You've got to learn to be stronger than them and overcome that. And it takes time for that as well. But me meditating, as the stronger I'm getting, the less doubt creeps in, and it's nice. It takes time. You got to be patient with yourself. And I saw someone in the comments say, it does take someone very patient with you while you're healing. And my husband is the most patient man I know. That guy is a saint.
What what is the biggest lesson fighting has taught you outside of the ring?
Oh man, there's been so many lessons. But honestly, just how strong and what I'm capable of. That honestly has been that strength is uncomparable. It really teaches you a lot about yourself. That's why I recommend even getting your kids started in it because kids in any kind of combat sport or martial art or I like all sports, but those specifically, they're out there by themselves. They're learning a lot about themselves, and I feel like it's a very underutilized tool out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's good for exercise, cardio, self defense, right?
Yep, everything. It's incredible what it teaches the kids just about themselves and control and just everything. It's all around just a good thing for kids to utilize.
I think I already know the answer to my next question because you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. But if it wasn't fighting, what career path would Jessica Borga have taken?
I did kind of give that away, didn't I? You know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, though, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a detective. My dad was in SWAT, FBI. He was in all that. but I saw what it did to him, and I kind of strayed away and went with the other passion I had growing up, which was animals. So yeah, I would still probably be doing something with animals. I love it, even though it's not a good paying job either. I didn't really pick anything that was a good paying job.
Uh-huh. But they're self-satisfying, you know?
Yeah, it's passion. Even if you don't get the money that you want or think that you deserve, it's a passion. And I feel like every you have one life to live. You have to go after what sets your heart on fire.
Sorry, 1 second. Somebody was calling me,
That's
interrupted.
okay.
um, what is Jessica Borga's favorite walkout song of all time?
Oh man. It's I change mine almost every time. It's the walkout song is a big thing for me. It's whatever gives me goosebumps at the time. My last one would be my favorite one right now, and that's Last of My Kind.
Who sings that?
Shabuzi?
Oh, Shabuzi. Okay.
Yeah, Last of My Kind. So yeah, it's
I'm gonna have to give that one a listen. I only know that one song from Shabuzi, the
yeah,
tipsy song.
it's not my normal style either. The one that I've picked a couple times was "Mama Said Knock You Out" by Five Finger Death Punch. But that's usually used to be my style until I started to like, I don't know, something's changed in me since I started healing, and like, I don't feel like the need to, I don't know, a lot's changed, and I go with whatever gives me that feeling that of empowerment.
Are you becoming more of a country music kind of girl these days?
I've always actually was raised in country with and country and
Uh-huh.
rock, so it's kind of like
Country
a
and rock.
a cowgirl, yeah, crazy cowgirl.
Cowboy
But
boots and
yeah, cowgirl from hell, I guess. But yeah, I was raised on both of them. I was raised on a farm for a while too, so I actually came from the country. So I like country music, but that song is a little bit more country, yeah.
you're born and raised here in Florida?
For the most part, Graceville,
Uh-huh.
Florida was where I was in the farm, like 15 minutes from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, okay. Up
Yeah.
in the panhandle up
But I
there.
also lived in Virginia. We moved around a lot, like
Uh-huh.
Virginia, Wisconsin. So I have a little bit of northern and southern. Like, don't you know? But y'all, like, everyone always asks me where I'm from.
um, can you give us one word to describe Christine Ferea and one word to describe Jessica Borga?
Okay, I'm I'm sorry, but this is the first word that came to my head when you said her name was disgusting. I just it's just inside and out, man. She just is ugly. She's just an ugly person, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say that that's the type of person she is, and I could care less, but I'm just from what I have viewed, just ugly. Me strong. That's I feel like that's what I've had to be my entire life, and I'm just getting stronger. So that's the first word that came to my head.
It's a good word. Um, before we get on up out of here, do you have any parting words for the fans or for Christine Ferea?
Her hand better not be broken. That's all I gotta say right now with her. But but if it is, we are rescheduling this ASAP. And for my fans, I freaking love all of you guys. Thank you for having me on. All my people really show a lot of love and support, and that's everything for us fighters. You know that. But you
Uh-huh.
get, helping us get our name out there means a lot, and you guys don't get the credit that you guys deserve a lot of the time either. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And thank you very much. Folks, make sure if you're not in the New Jersey area, and if you are, get your tickets. BKFC 81, Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, October 4th. The Queen of Violence, the Black Widow herself, Jessica Borga. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Jessica. I appreciate your time.
Talk soon. Bye.
Thank you, folks, for tuning in. There'll be more of these coming soon. I'm enjoying all this, interviewing all these fighters. I love BKFC. If you don't know what BKFC is yet, head on over to bkfc.com and make sure you get familiar with it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Scooty!